Alright, we're back. For another... This
For the Jake Marshall witness testimony.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to say whether we're ending or not. I mean, I have no idea.
The court is now in session with the trial of Luna Sky. Emma didn't come back.
Sorry, Mountain Dew. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Alright, now I get to do a lot of talking.
Thank God.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? No, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Can we not be fucking like
this?
this?
Day. Occasionally helping the elderly across intersections when needed.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman.
As far as my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling. You can hear the howling wind calling it out. Just deal with it. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described it that way before. Nice! Nice!
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless to the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Thank you. Maybe it'd be best to get on with it. Please share with the witness or testimony of the day of the crime. In English. Thank you, Judge.
It is English. Day of the crime.
Fucking wrong. Fucking duh.
My job was to keep a wary eye on the Bone Orchard. They said I was supposed to make make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style.
Oh my God.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway.
Wait. 2?
Yeah, the card reader.
Okay,
and
yeah,
security
that's
camera.
right. I was trying to.
If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. You were drinking on the job?
Jesus Christ! Well, he's drinking now.
Well, yeah, but he could claim it's water.
Whatever.
I'm just an innocent I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the train.
What the fuck? I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me.
I can hold you in contempt, you motherfucker!
No,
that's insult to a judge. You're not allowed to insult a judge.
Well, he's just saying he doesn't care for the beard. He's not insulting it. He personally does not care for it. He's not saying, your beard's ugly.
Wait a minute. What did he mean by 2 security systems? Thank you, Phoenix.
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. Exactly what I just said. I reckon even a cowboy like you knows about those.
Yes, well, how about the fingerprint investigation lock inside the evidence room?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weakness, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
To the 4th statement.
Just end it.
To the 4th statement and present his fingerprints.
Oh.
My job was to keep a wary eye on the Bone Orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style.
3.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down.
This one.
Yeah.
Fuck that, you weren't. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that there is being a call to testify like this? Oh, dear shit. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You have a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. Once a month?!
Why once a month? That's ridiculous! You should do it like at least once or twice a week.
He's supposed to do rounds 3 times a day.
Yeah, not once a month.
Yeah.
So he's
Jesus.
lying about it too.
Well, he's not lying about it.
He doesn't do his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
I didn't read that part.
Fuck, I thought you did. Only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Oh shit, dude!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, the
Luminol.
test clearly reversed that. Well, Officer Marshall?
Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints. Had to read the name.
I know, me too. I'm like, is he saying that? You know. Very well. May you begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Find at the scene of the crime. In English. Motherfucker. Shannon.
Oh, blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker when my fingerprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood-stained and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
How did you know that?
See, I had nothing to do with it.
Wait, time out. How would he know he was wearing gloves?
Because he also saw the videotape.
But there was a handprint of blood. On the other one. That was.
Oh, that part.
Yeah. Witness explain appear valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defendant may now cross-examine witness. This guy's holding something. I can feel it. Now is my chance to prove it. All right.
So we're gonna press him on his first and his fifth.
All right,
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room.
That's because you had to pay your respects once a month.
Yeah, that's right. That, and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. And a cow skull.
Ew.
You know, for decoration
How the
purposes.
fuck you fit it in there?
See, it's a model.
I know, it's all modeled. Yeah, gotcha.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently, his fingerprints data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprints locker without even knowing it.
Updated the court record. Cool.
Alright, and number 5, you said?
Yeah.
So this is number 2. 3. 4. And then 5.
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
Press stat. How would he...
Yeah, exactly. Press
How would he know? How do you know that?
it. See?
Thank you.
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, though to be left by the murderer. Or thought to be left by him.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So there we go.
So that would mean the murderer were wearing gloves. I placed the hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
Picture.
The seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
He's got another tape? Oh,
No, it's the same tape.
the security tape.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
He's true, he's not in there.
No, he is.
He's in the tape?
Yeah. I didn't point it out earlier, but we'll get there.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider yourself carefully what we're doing with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now, Dick, continue with the testimony, Officer Marshall. Oh my god.
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner?
press. Because I didn't see him. What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera panning back and forth. The floor ain't showing. Someone was familiar with the camera positioning.
Watch the left locker. Oh, you can't really see it, but that white cloth we were examining earlier
Wasn't in there.
it wasn't sticking out before the video started, but it was after.
You could leave the camera without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you show us the evidence in the video that identified Officer Marshall was present? Yes. Show evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Very well. Allow me to point out the mistake of Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might end up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us evidence of where the witness... Officer Jack. Oh, shit.
Okay, so fast forward to the point where it is sticking out of his locker.
Nope, that's false.
Keep going, because there's nothing there. Keep going. It's gonna be near the end of the video. Not yet. One more. Pause. Right there. Now, there you go.
Booyah. Brought to my attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake, I'm afraid. You soon forgot, Officer Marshall.
These days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. But they're closer to the equator. The days would be longer.
Yeah.
Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh, I love this part.
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Yeah. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
It's like, I'm...
No. I love the next part.
The key lies in the center of the locker room in the video. Boom. See? Oh, this is Judge. See this locker? Wait.
See, this locker has a white cloth sticking out.
This is the witness locker. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. There is a handprint on him.
No, that's not important. That's from Officer Meekins moving it around.
Oh! The white cloth. It's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera was turned away.
Oh shit, dude. That's impressive.
Order! I would seem to be...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. You got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't know about the fingerprints. He doesn't know about the locks. He doesn't like technology.
So, yeah.
Remember, he said what 2 machines did in that
Yeah.
office. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in.
Nope.
It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
Nope.
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
Yeah. Incoming. This guy's playing dumb. He really doesn't know. At rate... I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff.
Okay.
You say open that locker? Now prove it.
Alright, the fingerprint.
Present the evidence locker.
Yeah, evidence locker. Yeah.
A fingerprint sensor? He's sweating bullets.
We talked about it earlier this day. The locker can only be opened by detectives that have belonged to it.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
It's true.
Witchcraft!
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the lockers aren't that obvious. Or even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locker. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
Jerky.
What's...
No, it's jerky. I only got 1 word for you, partner. No!
Jesus Christ! That was animated.
I know. I loved it.
Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself!
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what were you doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime?
I love my jerky.
Ole! Please answer the question!
Ole!
Ole! What is he? Now a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at this photograph. Floor plan. Fuck.
Look at this.
Shut up. This is for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Miko didn't see Officer Marshall. Is that so then? Then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's
Painfully obvious,
right.
no less.
The one possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the murder?
At the time of the crime. No. Victim.
He was the victim?
Well, Meekins is the killer, so the only other person would be victim.
You sure?
Well, he was disguised as Officer Goodman, who's the victim in this case.
Right, sorry.
He was killed.
So back one. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. No. Correct. Unless the man was Detective Goodman.
Unless the man wasn't Detective
I
Goodman.
believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you who dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me! Sir!
Sometimes about the officer's story puzzles me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes. Oh, he would have needed to enter the evidence room, so he might have been carried in.
Must have been carried in.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it.
Couldn't show it?
As you can see, Dr. Gumshoe pursues on the ID. Oh, I get it! If you showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have been realized the man wasn't Detective Gumshoe. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You can take your time when reading, because you said, like, Detective Gumshoe.
Shut up.
You've got quite an imagination, partner.
Tell us what you did.
We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it?
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
Well, the white piece of clothes is white. We have to open that locker up.
Oh yeah.
Can't say I particularly care for your
Uncorporation disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain.
Well, Mr. Wright, I'll hold this man in contempt. And do you have any evidence that shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't know anything like that.
Okay. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ugh, this can't be happening. It's obvious. He's the one. How can I do?
It looks like you lack the experience your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics?
You already pointed it out. Just letting you know. The blood on his coat?
Yeah, it wasn't there before.
Well, of course it wasn't there before. He stabbed Meekins, and the blood got all over his coat. And he couldn't just walk out of the evidence locker with a bloody coat.
He shoved it back in the locker.
He shoved it into his locker.
Yeah. For me, it would have been what man told me.
Nick, try thinking outside of the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Mitchell was in disguise. I would be looking for the evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think his locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it happened.
Which means he didn't actually plan to open his locker. According to the defense argument, Officer Jack Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is the piece of cloth? Perhaps. Perhaps the video is the key of all the witness answers. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only one shot. He's fucking hiding. Very well, let's take another look at the security tape. Another committed crime, witness approached the locker with the witness cloth. Please show us why the witness opened the locker.
Alright, fast forward to the fight.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Pause.
No! Fuck.
It's okay. Alright, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker?
Did I get it?
No.
Why?
So I could stuff you in there.
Fuck.
I'm sure the world would be a better place with you sent off to the boneyard. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
Oh, god damn it. No, I hit the wrong fucking button because I wanted to rewind.
Yeah, just be... You can go slower, like you were nowhere near the end of the video.
Oh my god, can I better move another crack at this?
Okay, just blah, 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 blah.
Let's fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pause. Got it.
Okay. Fast forward a little more. No.
Oh!
You can rewind from here.
Oh, I don't know how to rewind.
It's the L button. The other one? No, the other L button. Because you got two.
That's the sound. Why? Hold on. Oh, thank God.
Okay, there you go.
It was the wide rewind.
Yeah, you can do it frame by frame when it's paused.
Yeah. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what the reason was yet. However, something unexpected happened.
Meekins.
Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins
panicked.
And the white coat was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat.
A bloody turncoat.
You couldn't just walk out like that. So you had to hide the coat in your locker.
Not bad, huh, partner?
He admits to it. Now the question is, why was he there? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth.
Huh?
2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here, now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
Alright. It seems the time has come.
No testimony, please.
No, it's the final testimony.
Oh, motherfucker.
Hey, it's the last one.
Yeah.
Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out.
With a knife.
Well, the knife was part of the evidence, so it just happened to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So, the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room.
Thank you.
If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
That was a lot of blood.
Yeah, he wasn't.
It looks like there was way too much for blood for that.
Well, for bleeding out.
So, which one do we press?
All of them!
We press all of them?
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh. You sure?
Press Jake on all statements of his third testimony.
When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
The SL9 incidents.
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it.
You gonna steal evidence?
He was going to take the evidence and open the case himself.
Oh my goodness.
That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only the detective who is in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of the investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence.
Press?
Yeah. You press all of them. Just keep pressing.
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? God damn it.
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID?
I stole that morning of the incident.
So that's really was why Goodman started filling out his lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecuting office parking lot.
Why were you there?
Well, he was there later on.
If ID I found was left over there by Officer Marshall.
Ah, he was put in charge of that crime scene, so he returned the ID then.
So
it doesn't explain why he didn't finish the lost item report, but I guess it was because he couldn't remember his ID number. It's like, well, that's crap. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Normally, that locker shouldn't have opened.
So it opened because of the rubber glove got stuck in the door by chance. Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
Must have been there earlier that day.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out.
You pulled a knife on the Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off.
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is one in a million type of person. Mistaken a detective for an intruder and determined to show his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Oh, good for him.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
When
did Edward get so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
Gross. I don't know what to say. So what happened next?
I'm surprised he even has that in the courtroom.
I know, right?
I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera.
So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekin doing there at that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is on that day...
There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
What's found at the scene as soon as the crime took place?
What are you, blind?
It's not his blood.
The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't.
Sorry.
Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Ashworth, where is the evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty? Someone else has stolen the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cuts in salary.
I thought the salary cuts are very solutionary.
Valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And we'll find out why tomorrow.
Alright, we'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.